What's happening, guys? This is House Cat MMA, and right now I'm going to be going over my predictions for the main card of UFC Fight Night 267. Sean Strickland versus Anthony Hernandez. First up, we got Zachary Reese versus Michelle Bahia. Now, Zachary Reese is a long, rangy, strong guy, decent striker, but I think he swing. So the thing about when you're fighting Michelle Bahia, if you're going to get into a swinging wild contest against Michelle Bahia, you're not going to win. Now, Michelle Bahia has had two tough outs against Anthony Hernandez and Abus Magomedov, and he got caught by Kyle Dawkins. I think he could have beat Kyle Dawkins. I think he just got caught. He's just been unlucky here lately. He had a really hot streak before that, and now he's just been unlucky. But he's only 32, and I don't think he's done. And I think that Reese is going to try to get to a swinging wild contest with him. And I think Michelle Bahia is going to do his flip shit, his spinning shit, and I think he's going to put Reese away inside of one round. Now we got Jacoby Smith versus Josiah Harrell. Now, both of these young men are, shorter, welterweight, stocky, strong as shit, hard to deal with, decent striking, pretty good wrestling. So they're very similar, but the question is going to be who's stronger, who's harder to deal with. And I think Jacoby Smith is a lot stronger and a lot harder to deal with. And I think he's going to continue his undefeated streak, and I think he's going to TKO Josiah Harrell in the second round, just because he's just so much stronger. Jacoby's a fucking freak. Now we got Sergey Spivak versus Ante Delija. Now I have beef with the pair of these guys because they both beat my boy Marcin Tybura inside of one round. I don't appreciate either of them doing any of that, but I can get over it. I can get over it with Ante Delija. I can get past it. I can't get past it with Spivak. I'm still holding a hurtful grudge against Spivak because you don't beat my boy Marcin Tybura and expect me to like you afterwards. You just don't do that. But I do kind of like Delija's style. I like the way he looks. I think he's probably a cool guy. Decent striking, decent ground, just decent. He's decent all around. He's just an all around. He's a good mixed martial arts fighter. Same with Spivak, but I think Spivak lacks a little bit of striking. He's okay, but he lacks a little bit of it, and I don't think he's gonna be. I think he'll get Ante down, but I don't think he's gonna keep Ante there. And if he does, it'll just be for like the one round, and then Ante will come back guns a blazing in the second and put him away. But you got to think, eye poke or not, that motherfucker Ante Delija put Waldo Cortez Acosta away. That motherfucker knocked a motherfucker out and then got knocked out a couple of minutes later. Like he was at a fucking biker bar. And he's cool as fuck for that. And I think he's going to put away Spivak. Fuck Spivak. I can get over Ante beating Tybura, but I can't get over Spivak beating Tybura. Now we got Dan Ige versus Melzakil Costa. I'm rooting for Ige, but for the sake of me being right, I'm going to say Costa's going to win. I think Costa's won either 5 or 6 straight in the UFC, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's red hot right now. He's got a wealth of experience. He's 25-7. Ige's got a wealth of experience too, but Ige, he's such a tough guy. He doesn't get finished. He's never been finished. And I don't think Costa's going to finish him. But I think it's going to be a decision. I think it's going to be not necessarily boring, but I think it's going to be frustrating for Ige. I think that, Costa's good everywhere, but I think the fight's going to stay standing. And I think that Costa's just going to keep Ige at bay for the whole 15 minutes, get some slick shit off, but nothing crazy. Nothing that hurts Ige. But yeah, Costa's going to win that by some sort of decision. Now we got Jeff Neal versus Euros Medic. I think so. Jeff Neal, he's elite. I don't give a fuck when nobody says he's elite. Is he elite of the elite? Fuck no. But he's elite. Eurosmetic, not elite. Eurosmetic lacks a little bit of ass, and by ass I mean he lacks some strength. Jeff Neal's got a wealth of strength, and I don't think Neal's gonna hear a peep out of Medic. I think this will be an easy fight for Neal, and I think he finishes Medic. Neal does, and I think it'll be in the third round. But I think he'll dominate the first 2 rounds, and I think he'll knock him out early in the third. Neal will. Now we got Sean Strickland versus Anthony Hernandez. This is Anthony Hernandez. This is not to be confused with Aaron Hernandez, the whole different guy we're talking about. And we're talking about Anthony Hernandez. Now, everybody knows I'm a Sean Strickland maniac. Everybody knows that. I know that. I think it's possible that Fluffy's on some other shit right now. But Strickland's always been on some other shit. I think it's going to be a 5-round fight. I think it'll go all 5 rounds. Now, nobody's better at getting taken down and getting right the fuck back up than Strickland. And I think Fluffy's going to take Strickland down. Fluffy's a fucking strong, fucking hard-nosed fucking guy. But I think Strickland is going to keep on getting back up, and I think he's going to keep on slapping the shit out of Hernandez. But Hernandez fights like Cain Velasquez fought, but not quite to the same degree as Velasquez. Just forward pressure. I think that'll be a lot for Strickland to deal with. This is an interesting fight, but I'm not gonna pick against Strickland for the sake of being right. I'm always gonna pick Strickland, but I don't think. This is a tough one, but Strickland, I think he's gonna pop the fuck out of Hernandez. I think he's gonna continue to pop the fuck out of Hernandez, and I think he's gonna win, but maybe not. No, Strickland's gonna win. Strickland's gonna fucking win. I think that Fluffy will get several takedowns, but I think that Strickland will get back the fuck up every single time he gets taken down, and I think it's going to be an issue for Hernandez. Hernandez won't get tired. That's also another problem. Hernandez won't get tired. But no, Sean Strickland all the fucking way. Some sort of decision. I don't give a fuck. But this is House Cat MMA. Make sure you do your liking, your subscribing, your commenting, your sharing. I'd be tremendously appreciative of that. I'm trying to hit 100 subs by mid-March. That looks like it might not happen, but there is still hope. But hell yeah, fuck yeah. House Cat MMA. Make sure you do your subscribing.